Right, here we are, and we're going to carry on where I said we left off, so we'll complete the next one. This one's fairly long, this quest, so don't be surprised if it might have to even be split up into 3 parts, but we'll see how long it takes. Anyway, let's talk to Ariana.
I think I'm close to finding out what happened here. I could use your help again if you're interested.
What do you need help with?
I want to cast a spell on the source of the power beam. I think it'll tell me who removed the enchantment and released the vortices into the tower.
Cool.
I don't know exactly what'll happen though, so I'd like you here in case things go wrong.
I'm sure nothing will go wrong. I'll be happy to help. So we'll have a look at the rewards. So we'll get some mage armor, which will be lovely. 300 magic, 300 rune crafting, and personal rune essence chest. That might be quite cool. Wonder how often we can.
Okay, let's see. Avac Distine Cal Mentor.
Elemental.
Oh dear.
Well, that went well.
I must have miscast the spell. I can't seem to move. I think I'm stuck in the power beam.
No, I think you're definitely stuck in the power bed. That was careless of you. How do I get you out?
I think I'll be released if you can disrupt the source of the power beam.
Okay.
Actually, I've already got an idea about how you could do that. If we were to recreate the ritual that created the power beam, that would disrupt it and release me.
Sounds legit. Okay, what do you want me to do?
Take these runes.
Okay.
Use the fire rune on a red vortex and the air rune on a grey one. If I'm right, you'll see something happen.
If you're wrong. Use the. There's a grey one. There's a grey one. Give me your soul. That's a red one. Okay. We've got it.
It worked. I thought so. It's just a matter of picking the right rune type.
Brilliant.
You're holding soul fragments of 2 of the wizards who lived in the old tower. My idea is that if you put these in places in the tower where these wizards once were, you can trigger memories of what happened. You should start by using them on the chairs in the library.
Okay. I think this is a. Oh, what are we doing now? This is a proper like lore mission, so not much combat and that sort of stuff. But it breaks it up quite nicely. I think there's enough, it's not like we're short of killing in this game. Right, head down here. Blue chair, grey chair. So, logic would dictate grey on grey. Red on red. Whee!
What Zanmaron got you working on now?
Enemies of the Order must taste the flames of our wrath.
I thought your order perfected attack spells decades ago. Isn't Surge the theoretical maximum?
It's not about power. I'm looking at ways to make the spells bypass defenses.
Can't be done. Ozakan proved you've got to have line of effect.
I know. It's one of Zanmaron's impossible problems. I meant to try to solve it to learn why it can't be solved.
Okay.
That's what I can't work out. I can't see what's wrong with my solution.
Let me see.
May?
No.
You're bypassing line of effect by angling the spell through a secondary plane using runes of law. It's not a complete solution, but the principle is... Do you know what you've got here?
What do you mean?
I think you might have solved the teleportation problem.
That's not funny, May.
I'm serious. We should show this to Azris. She's spent years trying to crack the problem. She's written volumes on why it can't be done. If this is an elementary mistake, she'll have seen it before.
And what if it's not an elementary mistake?
Then she'll take it to the council, and you, my friend, will have a major school of magic named after you.
Woo! Cool. Well, no problem so far. Keyword is so far. I wonder if they're referring to. Would it be the like this beam? Is that what they're referring to? Yeah, that's what I meant to do.
Did it work? Have you managed to trigger a memory?
Triggered so many memories.
Amazing. I wish I could have seen it.
But you didn't.
That could have been the start of the breakthrough that led them to creating the power beam.
Yeah.
I think we're on the right track.
Okay, cool, so I was right. So what now?
I've prepared runes to hold the other 6 soul fragments. You'll need to use each rune on a vortex of the appropriate colour.
That sounds easy enough. Right, let's get crack-a-lacking. Green on green. Although I was reading just something totally different about the Dragon Slayer quest, and I hear that they've beefed that up no end, which is probably a good thing because it was sort of it was a really long-winded isn't the right way, but it was a long quest that sort of was very anticlimactic because it was quite easy to do. I'm sure hardcore Iron Mans don't appreciate the increased difficulty, but anything that makes the game a bit more tricky is cool with me. Right, last one. Alright, all done.
That's all of them. You should be able to use those runes to trigger the rest of the memories.
Okay.
The leaders of the 4 orders use the shrine room to hold meetings. That's the room upstairs with the statues representing the 4 orders.
Okay.
If you use the runes containing the soul fragments of the 4 masters in front of the statues of their orders, I think you should be able to trigger a memory.
Let's go do it. What could go wrong? Famous last words. No, I do like learning about the lore and stuff. I can't remember too much about it, to be honest. I remember like the Castle War days, but that was just what, Zamorak, Saradomian and Guthix. But didn't Guthix die? I'm sure that's a thing. I imagine we're going to find out at some point. Then there's, is it the God? No, it's not the God Balls at the minute. I think there's a quest that explains what's going on at the minute. With the jar of Ra. Right, so here we are. So let's start whacking stuff down and seeing how we do. So let me examine them. Conjures a flame of the others. Okay. Right, chaos. Imagine you could probably get stuck on this for quite a long time. No, wrong one, my bad. Sorry about that silence. That one I meant. Yeah, law was the one I placed Blackstone there. So that one. And then nature's the last one. Cool. Yeah, no, I imagine you get stuck on that quite easily. Right, here we go.
Zanmaron, may knowledge guide you. Do you know what this is about?
Strength through chaos, honored friend. I have no idea. I suppose you were in the middle of something.
My history of Gielinor. I have almost reached the dawn of the Second Age.
Ooh.
Ah, when my Lord Zamorak enters the scene, when may the rest of us read this masterwork? When it's ready, my impatient friend, you know that.
That sounded quite You know that.
Strength through wisdom, gentlemen. Do either of you know what this is about?
We have no idea. I suspect Azris is keeping us waiting in order to inject some drama into her announcement.
It's all about the drama.
She has an announcement.
That's what I'm guessing. Ah, here she comes.
Balance is power, my fellow wizards. I'm sure you're wondering why I've gathered you here.
Honestly, my dear, it hadn't occurred to us to ask.
Since Guthix guided my order's founder to the Rune Essence Cave, the tower has struggled with the problem of transportation. For every rune we make, we must bring essence here from the mine, through icy wilderness and across pirate-infested seas. Wizards of all our orders have lost their lives bringing the runes the tower needs. We have long known that teleportation is possible, but have failed to invent a new spell that could connect the tower to the rune essence. My fellow wizards, this document contains the theoretical framework that will allow us to create new teleport spells.
Well, she just stole it and claimed it's hers, or that was that red wizard's mate?
Azris, this is amazing. If this is true...
Temlin, would it work?
Yes, I believe it would. It solves both the distance and line of effect problems by routing the movement through a second plane. Of course, we'll need to find an appropriate plane to use.
All I have is the seed. I will need each of your help in developing it into a ritual. No one of our orders can do this alone.
Even so, what you've shown us here is a major breakthrough that deserves recognition. Whose work is this?
Oh, she's going to say it's hers, isn't she?
It is my own. After a lifetime of searching, Guthix saw fit to grant me the necessary inspiration.
You faith.
You are too modest, Azris. The gods may inspire us, but the work is our own.
Indeed, and there is more work to be done. We should all study this properly and then reconvene. I will be in my study with my apprentice. Strength through chaos, my fellow wizards.
Wow. What a thieving bitch. Right, let's tell our friend stuck in the beam about all this. And I imagine we're going to go find the red wizard afterwards, tearing a new one into his mate. And let's go chat with her. Like I said, this is a fairly long quest.
Did you succeed in triggering another memory in the shrine room?
I did indeed, but I was discussing how long this quest was. The Green Master stole the Red Apprentice idea!
What? That can't be right. Surely the wizards of the old tower were above such pettiness.
Apparently not. Okay, so what do we do now?
After the meeting in the shrine room, the masters would have gone to their studies to talk to their apprentices. Can you try to trigger another memory there?
I suppose so. Okie dokie. Loki dokie. Right, I reckon the Red Apprentice is either going to tell him or the guy already knows, one of the two. I don't know, it didn't seem like he knew. Could just be a great actor. So, I imagine chaos. That one. Right, let's have a look.
Strength through chaos, Master. You wanted to see me.
Caravan, whose apprentice are you? And to which order do you belong?
Master, I am your apprentice, and I belong to the Order of the Red Wizards of Zamorak.
Then why did you take your idea to Azris of the Green Order, rather than coming to me?
I thought May and I thought that since Azris was the expert on teleportation research...
May and you. So both the Green and the Grey Orders saw your idea before I did?
I'm sorry, Master. But it came to nothing anyway. Azris said the idea was a blind alley.
She lied.
Earlier today, Azris presented your idea to the Council as her own work.
What?
When I looked into it after the meeting, I saw your handiwork in there, and traces of the problem that I set you. You have a brilliant and chaotic mind, Calavan the Red. Azris has worked on the same problem for so long that her mind has turned to stone, and her apprentice hasn't had an original thought in his life.
Bit truthful.
They stole my idea.
No, Calavan. They took your idea. They took it when you handed it to them. How many times have I told you that we do not trust the other orders? This tower became great precisely because the four orders are in conflict with one another. We of all the orders should remember that.
Bit negative.
What are you going to do?
What am I going to do about Azris taking your idea? Nothing. You missed your chance to have your name attached to this. I hope it hangs over your head for the rest of your career, spurring you on to greatness. Perhaps then Zamorak will make something of you.
Oh, it's like a dad having a go.
What I'm going to do is complete your work. Your solution requires a second plane of existence for the travel to pass through. I mean to find such a plane. If I can do that, then the Red Wizards will take some credit for the ritual, even if, thanks to you, it is not the full credit we deserve. Go, now. Think about how you can redeem yourself in Zamorak's eyes. I need privacy for my meditation.
Fair enough.
Yes, Master.
Oh. He's been told off. I thought he was going to come talk to me then.
Azakorax, keeper of the key to the abyss, hear me. By the staff of Armadil, on which Zamorak impaled the empty lord, I charge you to appear.
Oh, God. Always good when dragons. Always good when demons are being summoned. I reckon that's how they get the other plane then. Through the demon? But demons are liars. Expert liars. Well, you can see why the Red Wizards are a little bit pissed. Sort of get it. Right, let's tell her the jizz.
Have you managed to trigger a memory in one of the studies?
I have. The Red Master summoned a demon.
A demon? I knew that some of the Red Wizards were demonologists, but I had no idea there was a demon involved in the spell that created the power beam.
He said it was the keeper of the key to the abyss.
Of course. That makes a lot of sense.
Well, do you want to cue me in?
Teleport spells need to move the traveller through a second plane of existence in order to bypass obstacles. The teleport spells in the standard spellbook use a plane called the Abyss. It's dangerous and chaotic, but that's not normally a problem because you're only there for a split second. The old wizard's ritual created a link to the Abyss which teleport spells could then use. That's what the power beam is. All our teleport spells use the power beam as an anchor. Something modern-day wizards have never understood, though, is how the connection to the Abyss was made in the first place.
Okay.
That must be what the Red Master wanted from the demon. The key to the Abyss would have been the last thing they needed to create the power beam.
So what do we do now?
After he completed the ritual, the Red Master would have needed to distribute it to the other orders. I would guess that he did that by meeting the 4 apprentices in the library.
Yeah,
See if you can trigger another memory in the library. I think you'll need all 4 apprentices and the Red Master.
Okay. For a guess, she's pretty spot on. To the library, to the library, to the library. Right. And the quest goes on. So the Red Master, and then the apprentice. Green, green, green. The water on the blue. Where's the blue chain? Fire. Imagine. So I imagine it's going to be the air then. Let's see. Have we got it right?